As we prepare to bring our 9 and 10 students on stage, which they seem to be moving, let's take a look at what they did to prepare for tonight's concert.
Being in all-county, it's a completely different experience than what you get in a regular classroom setting. It's more refined to what you're doing, and you can get more of a one-on-one experience. I hope to meet more people who have the same experience as me, meet people who don't have the same experience as me, and just have a good time.
I feel the students will get a lot more out of this experience than maybe their own bands, because sometimes we get stuck in our own little microcosm of our band is the only thing that's going on, and this breaks that apart. They get to be with kids from all around the county. They get to see that, you know, there's kids who are just like them, working just as hard as them, and they get to be under a new person who's they've never been under before and play with a new group of people, and that just makes them so much better as musicians.
The best part about All County is definitely meeting new people that you may not see in your school a lot. Playing with a new conductor gives me new experiences that I might never get with my old school conductor.
I feel like All County just gives those kids and those parents a chance to see what can be done and how much hard work needs to be put in to make it happen. And then the kids who make it understand that that makes them one of the best in the county, and that, you know, it pushes them. It makes them go, okay, I can do this, I can be better. And for that kid who may be struggling at their own school to say, I made All County, it makes them feel good.
All County is a very once-in-a-lifetime experience, and I highly recommend everyone to do it.
I feel like music is something that is lacking in a lot of the country. It's something that should be pushed more. A lot of kids learn better through music than if they're just listening to somebody lecture. I also feel that music is an outlet for those kids who maybe not do sports or who can't draw, and that will make them feel like they can express themselves better than if they have to do it in words, or they can do it with music. The students performing at Mahaffey is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. They won't get to do that unless they're a professional. And some of these kids will not be professional musicians. They will go on to be doctors and lawyers and, you know, work businesses and other things, and they'll never get that experience again, but they'll always remember being on that stage and seeing that experience, and it's something that'll stick with them and make them better as a human being, to understand that they were given an opportunity to better themselves.
Our concert band, made up of 9th and 10th grade students, is under the direction of Mr. Dave Schreier. Mr. Schreier comes to us from the University of Central Florida. He is a skilled band director and a leader among his colleagues, and we are honored to have him share his expertise with our students. We are so fortunate to have colleagues of Mr. Schreier's caliber teaching in our state. I encourage you to read your program to learn more about Mr. Schreier's accomplishments and accolades. There is one slight change to your program. There will be a total of 4 pieces performed tonight, with the omission of a Longford legend. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Pinellas 910 Concert Band under the direction of Mr. Dave Schreier.
Good evening. Is this on? Yes. Good evening. Thank you. First of all, I want to thank all of the students and the families that shared photos of their loved one for this performance, and I hope you feel we did them honor. So thank you guys very much for sharing that with us. It's been said several times already, but you guys have some tremendous band directors and music educators in this county, and I'm very honored to get to be here and to get to know them this weekend. I knew a handful, but they're just some fantastic educators, some fantastic people. So one more time, will you please help me thank all of the band directors? Also want to make sure that I thank Joe Scipiora, who's been our coordinator and making sure that we've had everything that we've needed throughout this weekend. He has just been fantastic, so will you help me thank Joe? This doesn't happen without the support of you guys, the parents, the family members, brothers, sisters, grandmas, grandpas, everybody that is here supporting these students tonight. Please keep supporting these students in their musical endeavors. It is so important, and it is evident how enriching it is and how much that these students get from it. So students, will you please applaud your parents, your family. These students that I've had the pleasure of working with for the last few days are tremendous. And they are smart, they are funny, they are inquisitive, they are great musicians and just wonderful people. And it's been my pleasure to get to know them throughout the weekend and work with them. So thank you guys for all of your hard work this past few days. You guys are absolutely awesome. Thank you. One more time for them. We're going to close with a piece by Chandler Wilson. We were very fortunate. Chandler's a friend of mine, and he was up in Georgia this weekend doing an honor band up there as well. And I had messaged him and said, hey, do you think we could maybe FaceTime with you for a few minutes or Skype or something and maybe play a little bit for you? So he gave up a few minutes of his time and his busy schedule while he was doing an honor band somewhere else to interact with these students. And it's such a rare opportunity, but a wonderful opportunity for them to interact with a live composer and ask questions and have him give feedback. So he's not here tonight, but I'd like to thank Chandler for spending some time with us. And one little bit of information that he shared with us that I'd like to share with you. This piece is all about Florida. It was written for a Florida honor band, the 9-Star Honor Band, which is done at the FBA Summer Convention every year, featuring prominent 9th grade students. So it's written for that, and he is a Florida native. So you'll hear little bits and pieces, hopefully, of Florida soundtracks. But one of the interesting things is in the middle, there's a slower part that is the hymn from Florida A&M University, which is where Chandler went to school. And you'll hear a solo in the saxophone, and then you'll also hear a counterline in the flute. Chandler's a saxophone player, and his wife, who we met at FAMU, is a flute player. So there's a little bit of family calling there for that. So again, thank you guys so much. It's been an absolute pleasure, and we close with Sunscapes.